T-E-L, layer above layer above layer above layer above layer of archaeology. As you dig in, you find layers that go all the way through the Iron Age. 1200 BC, we are here. Israelites coming with Joshua, crossing the Jordan River. Already here, they took Beit She'an. But you go even before that to the Bronze Age. That's the time of the patriarchs, Abraham's time, and all the way down there and down there and down there. And according to the archaeologists, you can see 5,000 years of archaeology here, which is crazy. Listen to me, two very different phases here. One of them, the biblical phase, the tell. Nobody was living down here, before the Greeks came. They were always living on the Acropolis. Acro, high, polis, city. The famous one is in Athens, no? Because that is the ancient part of Athens from the 8th century, but Acropolis, biblical. Beit She'an was up there, there were walls around it. And you know what's happened on these walls. You open the scriptures, and one of the most dramatic, seriously, I maybe, if I will have a minute, I will try to read it for you in Hebrew. One of the most dramatic events I know in the Bible, in the Old Testament, is the lamentation of David. You know, Saul lost his life. Guy mentioned it, Pastor Bill mentioned it. Saul lost his life fighting the Philistines, and eventually he made the wrong decision probably and fell on his own sword. His body was, they humiliated the bodies. They took the bodies of him, of Jonathan, his sons, and they put them on the walls over there of Beit She'an. You can almost see it in your own eyes. The people of Javesh Gilead, Yavesh, dry, Gilead over there, came and took down the bodies and buried them and give them, and they honored it. But the lamentation of David and Saul were opponents, isn't that? David and Saul were rivals, but David respected him so much. It's unbelievable, this nobility. You remember the scene in the En-Gedi. He could harm him, he didn't. And the best friends with Jonathan. And I want to tell you what resonates here. I will refer in a second to the city down there. But Bible is up there. Old Testament Bible is up there. Listen to me. Here, David saw the bodies of Jonathan and Saul and the brother, and he says, your glory of Israel. I must read it to you in Hebrew. Hatzvi Yisrael, or the gazelle of Israel. That's how he calls him. The noble gazelle, the creature of God that is so beautiful. The Hatzvi Yisrael, al bamotecha halal. You fell down on the altars of God, slaughtered. That's the Hebrew kind of translation. Lie slain on your heights, on your high hills. Ech naflu giborim. How did heroes fall down? This is what grieving mamas and papas are with broken hearts. That is what is said on the graves of their kids. Even today, when we are defending this state and burying our dear ones in military cemeteries, these the ancient words of David on Jonathan, when he say, "Al tagidu bagat," don't say it in Gat or in Ashkelon, because the daughters of the Philistines will rejoice, and the daughters of they will exult. And then he says something, and I will finish here with that. He says, those mountains over there where the battle happened, these are the Gilboa mountains. He says something amazing, terrible. In the poetic language of the Bible that is so ancient, he says, Al tal ve'al matar alechem. No dew and no rain on those mountains. And my friends, I must tell you, as a nature lover, Guy and me are bird watching, and we are there, run after every second butterfly. The only place that is not a desert, but where the desert crawls up with scorpions and desert snakes, seriously, it's not a metaphor. The only place where the desert is going up and it's drier and drier and the crops fail is the Gilboa mountain. As if these words of David resonate through time until today. And that's the upper part over there. And down here, as Pastor Bill mentioned, Decapolis. one of the 10 cities in a federation of multi-rich, super powerful. Look at the city here, look at this main road. With a little bit of imagination, you can hear them. The chariots, the horses, over there, the sauna, the Roman baths are there. That is the whole public area. Here, we'll go in a second. That will be a big Mamma Mia pond, because if you've seen the theater in Caesarea, we'll go in there in a moment. You will see how this one is beautiful. They were super rich. And I want to tell you, you know why. The road from Megiddo, the road from the bottom, you've seen the bottom of that mountain, the commerce road went all through the valley, and the only easy way to ford, F-O-R-D, you say to ford, no? To cross a river by walking. Ma'abarot HaYarden, the crossings of the Jordan River are there. The road that Guy talked about, the road that Pastor Bill talked about, and I blah about, the main artery of commerce and the goods in ancient world, the most important one, went through this city there to the rest of the Decapolis. That's why they were so rich and they were so powerful, and they could finance a public area, a forum like that. Last sentence, because I blah too much, is the fact that only in Greek-Roman times the cities went down from the Acropolis, from the high ground, and you are looking now at the city that started to be built like that by the Greeks. Decapolis, definitely from the time of Jesus, later on pagan Roman, Christian Romans, and then destruction, because when he decides this is the end, with all your wealth, with all your towers, I always sorry for that Manhattan in here. When the ground shakes, my friends, everything falls down. 732. I just will follow my friend Guy over there dating a site, because somebody helped us to date a site. When the ground was shaking here in a terrible earthquake that finished the city, somebody was in his store. Instead of running out, he ran inside the store. He took coins in his hand, and then he ran out. But that was too late, and one of the columns crushed him. How do we know that? Archaeologists moved the columns. They found a skeleton with the hands on the coins, and they opened the bones in that hand, and the latest shining coin, 732. He dated the site, thank you. And lost, yes, I'm not sure that was his intention. But that's how we know the date of the site. So my dear friend, let's split now. Let's split now to the two buses, because we won't move 70 together, and we'll visit.
I want Craig to read.
Yes.
To read 1 Samuel 31.
Please.
Using the Tree of Life Bible.
Thank
Craig's going to
you.
read it.